So most recently we have been looking at 𝗕𝗀𝗯𝗓. The hype is massive right now for this project and this potential move to the upside. On this daily time frame, we are potentially looking at that 4.5 to 6.2 cent level, with the wave 4 looking potentially complete as it sits. And when we do come on to that 4-hour time frame, well, we can see we have met the levels for the yellow C wave and the wave 4 typical retracement area. So of course the question asks, where are we sitting in the structure for 𝗕𝗀𝗯𝗓? Have we seen this fifth wave begun? We're going to cover it all in today's video and look at the potential move to the upside. But first of all, as always, run the intro. Welcome back to Cheeky Crypto Uncensored. Yes, we're going to have another look at 𝗕𝗀𝗯𝗓. It's been a few days since we looked at this one. This potential, big push we have to the upside, it is still on. We are looking at what the potential next moves are here for QI. So let's get into this one for today, and we will start off over here on the Binance 4-hour chart. So we'll just have a quick recap of what is going on. So previously we were looking at that 1.618 Fibonacci level being hit here on the a bit more of the macro time frame, that daily time frame, at 2.638 cents. So of course we have seen that wave 3 complete, a very impulsive move to the upside, and of course from here we have seen a breakdown in price, where the typical retracement area for the wave 4 coming here between 1.931 cents and 1.722. We can of course see the internal structure here, this yellow A, B and C structure, falling in once again to that C wave typical target area between 2.005 and 1.797. Now I did have an alert set for the upper area, I believe it was, around about the 2 cent level. And for some reason, TradingView decided not to alert me, and that is where I wanted to go long. So as you can tell, I am a little bit miffed that my long position, I did not get it started here around about 2 cent, and yes, missing out on around about 36% move to the upside. But overall, we have seen a fantastic push so far here for the price action of QI, where we can see a push up of 50.41%. But the good news here, we have obviously seen many of our members down the Discord getting in on the option of QI going long. Perhaps they have just been spot buying and swing trading QI, but as always, these are the things we love to see, that our members are profiting from what is going on here. So yes, this 50% move so far, we have seen some people making some good returns on this one so far, so a massive shout out to you guys. We might actually have a look at you a little later in the video, but yes, so far we have seen a 50% move to the upside. One last thing before we do look at this push to the upside, we were obviously looking at the potential move here, this 0.236 Fibonacci level. This is obviously more prevalent on the higher time frames. This 0.236 Fib level is of course the retracement in this wave 4, that being the minimum expectation, where we did see the price stagnating here. But of course we were looking at this as the A wave of this A, B and C structure in yellow, so we can now take that one off the charts, as we know this price did come down into our typical retracement area right down in here. So for the purpose of keeping everything clean here, let's just clear out these internal moves. I'm quite happy to say that one there is complete, and the C wave dropping down nice and deeply. So yeah, my voice totally broke away there. This push to the upside, what have we seen going on for its price action? Well, we have seen the breakthrough here, the price shooting on up, breaking through the 4-hour equilibrium, which is, my opinion, quite important. And of course, we have seen that 50 SMA pushing higher than the 50 EMA in red here. So the price now coming back down on this 4-hour time frame to test out equilibrium, which in my opinion is, it's quite a good test to see. So the move to the upside, it's been a 50% move. I do think we have seen that as a wave 1 of the 5th wave. That is my personal opinion on this one, and we are seeing this as the retracement. Let's just grab this one on correctly, so we can see the the typical retracement area between the 0.5 Fibonacci and the 0.882. This falling at 0.2226, that's correct, and the 882 at 0.1905. We just adjust that so we have the levels correct here. So we know that this here is the typical We'll call this the typical retracement area for the wave 2, as we are expecting a 5-wave move overall here. Let's just drag this one on down. So we know we have a wave 3, 4 and 5 still to come, which looks absolutely bonkers considering where it is the price is sitting just now. Let's have a quick optimistic look at to where the potential move in that wave 3 will go, and I'm going to have a look for the price to at least come down here, perhaps testing out the midline of this fair value gap. We're seeing this more and more in the space just now. These fair value gaps not actually getting filled out on the retracements, so perhaps a test of this midline around about the 2.05 cent level. We've got this marked up at 2.045. So that's fine for the purpose of, this kind of diagram. We would obviously be looking for that next push up towards the 1.6 Fibonacci level at 3.959. Again, this is just a rough number for now. We need to see this wave 2, confirming its completion down in this typical retracement area. Then, of course, after this wave 3 complete at that 1.618, we would then look for the wave 4 and the wave 5 to come. Now we have to be aware of a few things. Minimum expectation for that, move to the upside will of course be a double top scenario at 3.732 cent. There is no requirement to really go on up parabolic here. I would like to see it happen. It looks good to still happen. We can see that daily stochastic still has plenty of momentum to the upside, but overall, everything kind of does look pretty good here for the price action of 𝗕𝗘𝗪. Seeing that move to the upside, retesting the equilibrium on the 4-hour and the 50 SMA. The 50 EMA on the 4-hour, everything's still looking pretty good to go. A little pullback still to come on the lower time frames before we do see that next move on up. So as we look at this through the daily time frame, well, the daily once again coming down here, testing out equilibrium, finding a bit of support with the wick coming down obviously into that typical retracement area. So the push towards that point, that 4.5 to potentially 6.2 cent is technically still on. Now, of course, as we just touched on, minimum expectation will be at 3.732 cents, a double top scenario, seeing that fifth wave potentially truncating, but obviously we'll leave this one structured as is for now. And we'll just do one quick check here. We will measure out this fourth wave. In fact, what we will do, let's just do this for clarity for anyone that doesn't really have familiarity with Elliott wave theory. This is how we are drawing this chart together. We'll take the high of the wave 1 and of course that low of the wave 1, take it over to our next retracement, which we're obviously calling our wave 2 for this purpose, and we can see the wave 3 was hit here around about the 2.6 cent level. So to get our wave 4, you take the low of the wave 2 to the high of the wave 3, and your typical retracement area is between the 0.382 and the 0.5 Fibonacci level, with the minimum expectation being the 0.236, where of course we can see that price coming on down to here at 1.815 cent, right into our typical retracement area here. So the move up into the wave 5, well, it's quite an easy way to target this one out. We take the high of the wave 3 to the low of the wave 4, and we will once again be looking for the 1.236 to 1.618 Fibonacci move. This coming at 0.05827 on the higher end and 0.04424 on the lower end, where we can now map out with a little bit more accuracy, a bit more structure towards this one. We're now looking at 0.4 or 4.4 cents to 5.8 cents, a bit more of a drawn in target here, which is perfectly fine, giving us, a bit more of a realistic target, bringing that one back in. But as we look at this from the current price, well, we're still looking at a fantastic push to the upside if I could grab the correct tool. On the lower end, it's still a 90% move. On the higher end, you're looking at that 150% move, which is fantastic. Yes, I do think there is, a chance to get into this one a little bit better. It's maybe a bit better of a price, but overall, that move to the upside, in my opinion, is well and truly still on. We can see the daily stochastic oversold. When we look at the graph side of it, volatility is still extremely high. With the stochastic resetting, we can just see the actual stochastic just starting to look to push above the mean band here in white. Momentum, in my opinion, on this higher time frame is to the upside. Of course, we can see down in the bottom right hand corner, zooming on in, the weekly and the monthly are heavily overbought. So after this move to the upside, in my opinion, this will be the last push to the upside before we do look for the correction for 𝗕𝗘𝗪's price action. So we're looking, potentially one more push to the upside here on this weekly time frame. In my opinion, a test of this 4.2 cent, which we covered the last time. This is obviously the previous low here. We found a lot of support back in January 2022. We've seen this one acting as support before it was lost here in April 2022. I do think, a retest of this area will be very interesting for BenQI's price action. This one coming at 4.27 cents. When we come back to that daily chart, 4.27 cents, lo and behold, it takes us up towards that fifth wave target area. So we can see how these ones are actually starting to align up here with a wave 1, a wave 2, wave 3, down into its wave 4 currently, and we're looking for that push up into wave 5. In my opinion, likely to see this one get rejected off that upper level. Yes, we could see this one wick up above, but overall, I think we will close below this level, like we have seen going on here, perhaps just finding clean rejection onto here. But once again, from here, I do think, we have that potential to, once again, have another fantastic trading opportunity. All will be disclosed down in our Discord, of course, if we do look to short this one. But from here, we obviously look for that retracement. We will look for the 50 to 80% move, in my opinion, targeting out the 0.5 Fibonacci level at 1.424 cents and the 882 Fibonacci, or the 0.882 Fibonacci at 0.613. So yeah, a heavy retrace to come. I don't think it's likely to go down as low as that 613, but overall, I do think, a fair pullback we will see for this one. To that 50% Fibonacci level, you're looking at 66.9% pullback, which sounds ridiculous, but considering everything that's going on, still expecting a pullback in the markets. This could obviously line up with the likes of the Fed pivot and so forth. So the prospect of a 50, 60, 70% pullback on some of these altcoins is not out of the realms of possibility. I do still think it's there. It's still likely to happen. There's a lot of things going on. As you guys know, I will not bore you with the kind of chatter we usually go through, but yeah, pullback will be very healthy for the price action here of BenQI. But of course, what we have seen is this 5-wave move to the upside. We can look at this through one of two lenses, as an A wave, come back down into B wave, and we would still see another C wave to come. Of course, in this pullback, we would expect a corrective structure. Then on this next push to the upside, we would obviously then expect another 5-wave move for BenQI, giving us overall this zigzag pattern, which of course is a 5-3-5 pattern. But of course, if you guys are obviously members down in our Discord, you will know Elliott Wave Theory tells us that if we see this one go parabolic and we hit that 618 Fibonacci level here, well, we will then have an impulsive move to the upside, giving us, areas that we could really be targeting out for BenQI to go to. Let's just say theoretically we came down, we filled out this fair value gap. Let's just go for that one. Well, we will know if we push that price up towards the 30-cent level, that is the impulsive trigger. We would obviously have to see this one really grow some legs to the upside here. That would be an impulsive move. We would expect another push to the downside and another push to the upside. Then if we really want to start nesting this one down, well, once again, we would have to see that as an A wave, come down to a B wave, up into a C wave, where once again, you would look for another 5-wave move. This obviously on the weekly time frame. Make no mistakes, I do not expect these ones to happen anytime soon. This will not be a quick move. This is on the weekly time frame. We expect this one to take a long time to plan out. But it's better to be prepared and understand, the potential moves that are there in the markets for the likes of BenQI, where we are looking, for that final push to the upside here with that 5th wave. Then we'll obviously look at a potential short position. We could see a potential 60% or 70% short position for BenQI, which obviously will be fantastically profitable for all. But let's finish off today with a quick shout out to our members down in Discord. Come over to our Discord, into our traders wins section. This isn't just traders actually, this is all members, but the tab here in the core section, trader wins, we can see Jeremy absolutely spanking the trade recently. 130% profit on VeChain, 278% profit on STX, fantastic to see. Another 100% on VeChain and another 85% on ADA. Jeremy, shout out to you, man. You've been doing fantastic recently. And I don't need to look at who this is. I can tell already. This is, of course, our degen, our resident degen, Reggie, with these absolutely bonkers trades. No pun intended. I do see bonk on the charts there. 1,200%. Sats 2,200%. Jesus, you've been doing fantastically well recently, Reggie. Massive shout out to you. I've seen a lot of chatter going up in the trader section. Everybody bouncing off all these new ideas that are going out. Coin at 1,200%. So yeah, the Discord's absolutely electric right now. Super Sue, Reggie, everyone up in Traders. There's too many to shout out. I do apologise if I have missed any of you guys out. I do not mean to do so. There's just so many of you up there now. But yeah, you guys have been doing fantastically well recently. Luna Classic 900%. Wow, fantastic move there. STX another 1000%. Big time at 1200%. Yeah. Awesome to see. Jeremy with another one on Bonk. You absolute degen going long on Bonk. Gev on V-Chain another 60%. I closed off a Matic trade, which looks absolutely ridiculous considering the moves I've played before, but I'm happy with the 30% moves, very much so. Jeremy again. Guys, we could go on forever here. Look at these trades that are coming through. Guys, massive shout out to each and every one of you. Yeah, you've been doing sensationally well recently. This one could go on and on. I don't want the video to be, 2 or 3 hours long looking at all your guys' trades. Absolutely fantastic to see. We do love to see it. Crypto Fab here as well. Yeah, we can see all your trades coming through. I don't want to miss anyone out, but I don't want to make this video just full of all your guys' wins. You've been doing fantastically well, so a massive shout out to each and every one of you. Keep up the good work. Continue to post those trades. Continue to absolutely smash it. But on that note, guys, if you are going to trade, please do trade safely. Have a nice tight stop loss, make some great gains, stay safe in the space. If you've enjoyed today's video, smash up that like button, subscribe, tap on the bell, all the usual good stuff, guys. It really helps the channel. We do appreciate it when you do that for us. We're, of course, trying to help grow this channel as much as we can. Guys, stay safe, and I will catch you all in the next one.